Words appear, a Lens 15 media production. Lightning strikes over a city.
An apocalyptic thunderstorm welcomed me to Colombo. Sri Lanka was my second stop as a Fulbright researcher. Like other countries in the northern Indian Ocean, climate change is expected to cause more severe weather events here, like floods, heat waves, and droughts. But when it comes to disability here, it gets more complicated. Many people acquired a disability during the country's 30-year-long civil war between the Sinhalese-backed government and fighters from the Tamil-speaking minority. I wanted to learn about the experience of women who became disabled during that man-made disaster and how they now cope with another. I don't know much about Sri Lankan history, or women for that matter, so I needed to work with people who do. One of those was Warani Chandrasena, an independent filmmaker and Fulbright alumna who was my collaborator for this segment of my documentary. My other go-to source was Naluka Gunawadina, who lectures on disability and gender at the University of Kelaniya. What kind of superstitions about disability are present here in Sri Lanka?
Well, there's this primary kind of notion that disability is the result of one's bad karma in the past.
I was ready to get the production underway.
Warani steps out of a large passenger van.
And Warani
Good morning.
hired a van and a crew.
This is the van. Good morning.
Shaggy to help with Tamil translation, and Samira to assist with the filming. After a solid 6-hour drive, we reached Manar.
A house surrounded by farmland.
Our first stop was the home of Vetrachelvi Chandrakala. She runs an organization that supports women with a disability.
Her right arm ends at her elbow.
As she puts it, she fought for the Tamil side during the war and since then. Vetrachelvi tells us she hasn't experienced the climate change disaster firsthand, but she introduced us to some women who have.
The crew stands behind a tripod-mounted camera that points toward different women.
And we'll record 40 seconds of just tone.
After a couple days of shooting, we were all wrapped up.
Before we go back on the camera.
We packed the van and headed back to Colombo.
Jason hands a bag to another man who loads it into the back of the van. Credits: Jason Strother, director. Audio description by Lens 15 Media and read by Keely Giblin. With support from the Institute for International Education.